Okay.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Alex, for your kind words. I would like to say that I, I strongly resonate with what Alex says. Right from the time when I met him, it was at an open mall kind of a place, and I spoke about my story without inhibition because that's who I am. And when he says that suicide prevention is our business, that is the essence of the matter, actually. If every life matters, then we must practice certain things like kindness, like caring for others. Caring for life is so apt when it comes to Alex with whatever he's doing. He really walks the talk. And my entire journey, I will always say, the journey was not written by me. My book was written by me. And my whole journey of suicide is from even before I was born. So one of my grandmother's sister in those days, she was very beautiful and she was married off to an older man. And when he died, she was treated so badly by her in-laws that she committed suicide. It's not always about mental disease or order. It is about when situations compel you to take that last resort. And when we talk of suicide prevention, we must look around us, over us, and everywhere, observe the people who might be going through that. And if we can pick up and even save one life by just listening, because listening is very important. You might be the only person who's listening to a person. And sometimes it takes a lifetime of unhappiness, dysfunctional families, trauma, tragedy for that ultimate step to be taken. So that was my journey before even I was born. But I will talk now about a person who was a very, very dear friend of ours growing up. And he committed suicide in 83. But I have never, ever forgotten the person. And what the person did was he was a loner. He was at a boarding school. He was the only child. He was introverted. He was shy, but he was brilliant, academically brilliant. And despite being academically brilliant, guess what? He never got the stream that he wanted. He would miss, for example, if it was 90%, he would get 88.9. And it was not good enough for certain placements in industries for job. He went on his entire life, but at a young age, when his ultimate dream did not happen. I still remember it those many years back. He came for dinner at our place. He had the dinner. He went back. We never ever noticed or thought about it. And 2 days later in the paper, we came to know that he had committed suicide. He was electronics engineer by profession or by stream of studies. Guess what he did? He lived in a hostel. He just took a bucket of water, connected the wires to the socket, and that's how he killed himself. From 83 to now, I cannot forget it. And I always say, what did we miss? If we had an inkling, maybe we could have done something. But not every time people do something. That's the main point that I'm trying to say here. So suicide could be also, from my point of view, a matter of choice. If you are in the worst of situations, why should society compel you to live? We cannot dictate terms to people and say, oh, okay, you have nothing, you are in the worst of places, but you must live. Why is my question? Because I have gone through many, many times. Of lately, I have found people who I call human angels and who come to my rescue. And they actually save lives by being there, walk the extra mile. So whatever I do now in society, I'm just paying it forward. And what the examples of how I pay it forward, I have to tell you this as an example. Across the globe, somebody finds me, is feeling suicidal in the dead of the night and reaches out to me. I hold space for that person throughout the night on Zoom till the person has calmed down. And even locally in Singapore, recently I held space on WhatsApp chat with a homeless person who was feeling suicidal. So you may be the last person that somebody has connected to. And that's why I say it's not something that is always termed as a mental disease or disorder. There could be really compelling reasons. If you're in an abusive relationship and you have no recourse, nowhere to go, it's easy to say, oh, you go, but where do you go? Are there enough shelters? Are there enough safe spaces? No, we have a lot to do before we reach that stage. And so that is what I would like to say, that suicide prevention is, like Alex says, all about us, and it should be our business. We cannot just leave it at only the professionals to do it. Each of us should be responsible and accountable. And even if you save one life, that makes a difference because every life matters. And yes, Alex has read my book. It's all there in the book. Whatever I have gone through in life, whether it is fighting for justice when my daughter was raped, or bullying, or harassment, or any kind of relation, except for being murdered, I've covered it all. And I am very grateful whenever somebody allows me to speak, because you would be surprised to know, even now, there are people who would not like me to speak. But, there's a higher power, and that always gives me an opportunity to speak. And that's what my message is, that if you care, then walk the talk, which, like Caring for Life is doing, which a lot of people who have stood by and, held the space to save that one life. It really takes more, it can take 8 seconds, 8 minutes, or it can take a whole night. But are you prepared to do it? If you are prepared to do it, trust me, I speak from lived in experience. I'm not just saying from theory. And you can save that life. That's my message to you and the takeaway, because we are going to hear excellent speakers who are going to talk from all aspects. I would like to say one more thing. When I say that it is sometimes a matter of choice, we as human beings think we are the superior beings, right? Let me share with you that there is a species on this planet who also exercise the choice to die. Can you guess which species it is? Anybody? It's the butterflies. I have a friend here who actually nurtures and looks after injured butterflies who come to her doorstep. They are butterflies who sit on her hand, her shoulder, while she's playing the piano or whatever. And she feeds them and nurtures them when they're sick. But she told me that when they decide that no more and they want to die, they refuse that help and they just die. So it's not always one size fits all. There are many situations and reasons why people think of suicide. But if there is one human angel, one person who is there for them, that will make a difference. Thank you so much.